Okay, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Yo, what's up? This is JERMZ from JERMZ Boxing, aka JERMZterdamus, the boxing prophet. Okay, right now I want to talk about the upcoming fight between Miguel Cotto versus Ricardo Mayorga. But before I do, I wanted to give you a little highlights from the fight that happened last week. Devin Alexander versus Timothy Bradley. All I wanted to say was, I told you so. It gets kind of old after a while when my predictions, become so accurate where it gets to the point where it's like, I'm tired of saying I told you so. But everything that I predicted fell into play. If you don't know what I'm talking about, go look at my predictions for the Devin Alexander Timothy Bradley fight. And like I said, Devin, it was gonna be, a good boxing match. No knockdowns, but it was all gonna come down to Timothy Bradley's ambition and his heart overwhelming the jittery heart of Devin Alexander, and that's exactly what happened. I thought that Alexander could have continued. There's no excuses here. Both men got cut, both men got headbutted. It's boxing, shit happens. So they went to a technical decision in round 10, and Bradley ended up winning, by points, just like I said he would. And for Bradley, it's kind of like hard to see him slow down in his hunger anytime soon. So I take my hat off for him. There you go. So on to the next fight. Jumping topics. Okay. If you guys wondering what this is a little surgical procedure. Earlier today, I went to a doctor and to get a gremlin removed from my temple. But anyways, Ricardo Mayorga versus the Nicaraguan. The Nicaraguan Ricardo Mayorga versus the Puerto Rican Miguel Cotto. This is gonna be a really good fight, on paper, and it'll actually be a good event. Surprisingly, Ricardo Mayorga does have, some bullets left in his chamber, and as well as his mouth. Like always, he always wilds himself up. You always know what to expect when you fight Ricardo Mayorga. So this fight is going to be a little more competitive than a lot of people expect it to be. Stylistically, you have the ultimate slugger. Mayorga carries a big punch. I don't know if it has anything to do with his massive knuckles that he's got, whatever. But he packs a punch, he packs a wallop, and Miguel Cotto is always there in front of him, ready to fight. He does move his feet, but Miguel Cotto always tends to, stand toe to toe. What I see happening in this fight, I see Ricardo Mayorga's wildness throw Miguel Cotto off and actually lure him into a fight, kind of like when you saw Ricardo Torres and Miguel Cotto. I really see Mayorga testing Miguel Cotto. I see Ricardo Mayorga, actually like inviting him to to squabble with him. Like, hey, what are you doing? Why are you running around? Come here, toe to toe. Let's fight this out. Ricardo Mayorga has, the two biggest punch of Ricardo Mayorga is the wild overhand clubbing right and the wild uppercut, the right uppercut. It's always with the right hand. He's a right hand puncher. I rarely see him do any real damage with his left unless he lands it wildly. But we're not talking about, we're not saying, oh, Ricardo Mayorga, he smokes and he drinks and he's way past his prime. I don't even think he even had a prime unless the Vernon Forrest defeats or wins. But I really think that stylistically this fight can actually be a little more entertaining than we expect it to be. Okay, with that said, Miguel Cotto likes to do the little peekaboo thing. Okay, he likes to hurl inside, and it's been a while since Ricardo Mayorga fought anybody shorter than him. Ricardo Mayorga was always, he's always used to being like the shorter man in most of his fights. But this time he's going to be the taller man. With that being said, I think Ricardo Mayorga is going to have a lot more access to Miguel Cotto than he has in his recent opponents in boxing. Okay, I don't know if he ever did go to the MMA shit, but if he did, oh well, he probably got iced or whatever. If he didn't, well, whatever, good. But anyways, I think that his wild overhand rights, when Miguel Cotto, ducking that, I think he's eventually gonna start landing them, and then those, sometimes he feints with overhand, and then he like curves it under, and I could see him land a few on Cotto, those wild uppercuts and the wild overhand rights. I can see him, and then, therefore Cotto will be, forced to go, go toe to toe with him. Ricardo Mayorga has one of the most iron jaws that I've ever seen in a long time. It was a little tenderized by Tito Trinidad, 2004-2005. He tenderized that jaw for a little bit. But one thing I do notice Ricardo Mayorga does not react well to body punches, and that's the key point right here. Miguel Cotto is an animal when it comes to body punches. He's a Julio Cesar Chavez-esque type of body puncher. You know what I'm saying? I think it has a lot to do with he's a natural left-handed, fighting in the right-hand stance, making that jab, that front hand a little stronger for his jabs, and then the liver killer. You know, so I think here, because you got to remember, Oscar De La Hoya, when he dropped Mayorga in the first round, you have to remember, it wasn't that big wild left hook that really did it. Right before that, he jabbed to the belly. He jabbed to the belly, and he kept throwing those monster left hooks to the body early, ripping it to Ricardo Mayorga. He did the 1-2 down to his stomach, and then lifted up the left hook inside Mayorga's left hook, which caused Mayorga to drop, and De La Hoya knocked him down in the first round. So Ricardo Mayorga has a really tender stomach. You know, all that smoking, yes, does catch up. All that drinking when you're training, yes, does catch up. And you know, just because he's a tweaker and a drinker or whatever, you know, doesn't mean that he can't take punches to the head. Of course you can take punches. If anything, you can take it more, you know, when you're a wild man like that, but not the body. So Miguel Cotto is going to have to mix it up a little bit here and there just to give us our money's worth, because I'm buying this. I don't care. I don't care what anybody says. I'm buying this one. You know, it's all about, you know, when you have the right attitude in a fight, you can always do a lot. You know, like when Ricardo Mayorga fought Fernando Vargas, I really thought Fernando Vargas was gonna have a really easier time with Mayorga, and Mayorga, like always, just running his mouth, and I just thought that was just gonna be it. But he actually, you know, took it to Vargas, knocked down Vargas a couple of times. So I was like, all right, cool. You know, I'm not saying Vargas was a fat ass or whatever. You know, I'm not taking anything away from both of them, but that's what happened. So anyways, and when Mayorga went against Mosley, he threw Mosley off his game. You know what I mean? You know, making Mosley fight a sloppy street fight, you know, with Mayorga style, you know. But he did get iced in the last few seconds of the fight. But nonetheless, Mayorga's always there to fight, and that's what's gonna happen. And Miguel Cotto is not the pretty boxer like, you know, Shane Mosley, and he's not a sharpshooting counterpuncher like De La Hoya. So I think Mayorga is gonna have a, you know, and you got to remember, this is junior middleweight we're talking about. Miguel Cotto barely started tapping into these waters not too long ago, you know, and Mayorga's been in this weight most of his career besides the welterweights, you know what I mean? But he was always a natural junior middleweight, goes up and down or whatever, you know, but this is his turf, this is his domain. So let's see how Miguel Cotto does, you know, react to his punches. If Miguel Cotto forgets about the body and forgets about, you know, going downstairs against Ricardo Mayorga, then expect an upset. I will say this, you know, if Miguel Cotto does ignore the body, expect an upset, you know. And if the upset does happen, it'll be Mayorga knocking out Cotto by round 3, you know, because he has to go to the body early, you know. That's a long shot, but that's not gonna happen. So I don't think that's my prediction. Oh, Mayorga's gonna upset Cotto. No, because yeah, it will happen if Cotto doesn't. If he mixes it up with him, he headhunts and tries to knock him out early. You know, the way Mayorga is gonna try to. But then again, Cotto was never the one punch icer. You know, he's never in there looking for the KO. So I think he's gonna be doing what he always does. He's not gonna be able to, you know, rubberneck Mayorga the way he did Margarito. You know, so don't expect, you know, Margarito to, I mean, for Mayorga to be coming all slow like a zombie and then take those punches like Cotto did. No, Cotto, when he punches, when he goes in flurries, Margarito would just sit there and take it, go in, and then he puts his shit. When he does that to Mayorga, don't expect Mayorga to just take it. Expect Mayorga to chuck haymakers in between Cotto's flurries. Expect him to chuck it. You know what I'm saying? So if Mayorga catches Cotto with a lucky shot, he's gonna knock him out with a lucky shot. And if Mayorga wins, it'll be by a lucky freaking shot. But that's not what's gonna happen. That's not gonna happen. There's no such thing as luck in boxing. Last time I checked, Hasim Rahman had a lucky punch. Well, never mind. No, I guess there's no lucky punch. There was a lucky punch one time that I saw a long time ago against, I forget about it. I'm not even gonna go into it. But there's no lucky punch. There's always setting up punches. You know, the George Foreman punch was all set up. You know, but anyways, no lucky punch there. But So I think Mayorga, if Mayorga starts going to the body, which I doubt it, if Mayorga starts going to the body early, and then start wild man Miguel Cotto into a fight early, he has a chance. But Mayorga, he trains for these kind of fighters. He trains for wild, flurry, sloppy, haymaker chuckers. He trains for this. So I don't think anything different is gonna happen. And Miguel Cotto is gonna knock out Ricardo Mayorga with body shots in round 10 or 11. He's gonna go up close. He's gonna keep chucking those, shanking those left hooks to the body, and I expect a knockout, a TKO. Well, I'm not saying that that's gonna be like maybe like a Virgil Hill De La Hoya one punch. Bah, you're out of breath. No, I'm not talking about that. I'm saying that that's what's gonna set it up. Boom, boom, boom to the body, and then he's gonna go down on one knee, and then Miguel Cotto's gonna go up, hitting the body, and then he's gonna overwhelm him, and then the ref's gonna step in and stop in the fight. Maybe a couple knockdowns, but I expect maybe just one, maybe take a knee because of the body punches. But I expect Miguel Cotto to chop down that body, because he is gonna be looking at the Tito Trinidad video. He is. Trust me, they always do that. The Puerto Rican, they will, they always look out for each other like us Mexicans. But so they're gonna look at the videos, what he did. I'm pretty sure, and they're gonna notice that through all the millions of punches that Tito Trinidad, and Trinidad being the murderous middleweight that we know, couldn't put Ricardo Mayorga down with a million punches to the chin, but when he did that one left hook to the body, down goes Mayorga. So I'm pretty sure he's gonna get that in his brain. So and Cotto is a student, so he's gonna have that. And plus, the trainer, his training camp is doing really good. So I expect him to come up with a good win, very late, starting off with body punches, and that's what's gonna happen. And that's my prediction. So if you guys have any questions, you guys hit me up, message me anything you guys want, any videos that are coming that you want me to do about. People keep asking about the Manny Pacquiao video, and like I said, yes, it's still in the process. It's like 80% done. It'll be done like in the middle of March. Yeah, I thought it was gonna be taking a month, but it's god damn, frame by frame. Damn, it takes a long time, but keep coming back. Subscribe. That's the only way you guys will know if you guys subscribe. I got music that I upload. If you guys want to hear my music, it's JERMZ the rapper. If you guys want to see my predictions, JERMZ boxing, whatever. So yeah, just go into my stuff, my channel, and check what I got, and subscribe so you guys will know what I'm talking about with the Manny Pacquiao cartoon, because it's gonna be sick. Bad rap beat in the background. You guys gonna be able to buy it on iTunes. So yeah, this is JERMZ from JERMZ Boxing, aka JERMZtradamus, the boxing prophet. Bada boom, bada bing. Later.